Hello everyone, I am ONODA, a second-year student majoring in Gastronomic Management at Gastronomic University. My title is Learning about Food and COVID-19 through Gastronomic Sciences 1. In the beginning, I will introduce the overview of Gastronomic Sciences 1. Second, I am going to talk about the projects we did in the class. Lastly, I will briefly mention countermeasures against COVID-19 in a traditional Japanese restaurant in Kyoto, where I work part-time. So let's get started. Firstly, I will introduce the overview of Gastronomic Sciences 1. This course is an online seminar which focuses on developing cross-cultural awarenesses in the field of food studies with Fujian Catholic University in Taiwan. This course has 15 classes in one semester, and 10 out of 15 classes are with Taiwanese students. Students from both schools were divided into 10 groups. Each group had one Japanese student and 5 Taiwanese students. We read food articles and discussed them. We also presented and did some projects on topics such as food, tourism, hospitality, and a restaurant and food business. This academic year, Taiwanese students got together in a classroom as last year. However, Japanese students joined the class via Zoom from their home because Japan had an increasing number of COVID-19 at that time. I will talk now about the project we did. We used an online communication tool called Padlet for our project. We took up various kinds of topics such as school lunch, popular fast food, and snacks in Taiwan and Japan. The most impressive topic for me was daily meal project. When I told Taiwanese students that Japanese people eat rice with raw egg as their favorite breakfast, they were so surprised and even worried about it from the perspective of hygiene. As another example, I also introduced shirako in Japanese. Shirako is cod milk or soft roll in English. We eat it cooked or raw. Some Japanese people like it. Taiwanese students reacted in the same way as rice with raw egg. In this way, I learned about one aspect of Japanese unique food culture by interacting with Taiwanese students. The Japanese students also presented about the Japanese food and restaurant to the Taiwanese students. In my presentation, I explained how one traditional Japanese restaurant where I work part-time is coping with COVID-19. This restaurant is famous for hamo in Japanese. Hamo is CEO or pipe conger in English. It is difficult to boil and clean hamo. Lastly, I am going to talk about the countermeasures against COVID-19 in a Japanese restaurant where I work part-time. When the server welcomed the customer into the restaurant, they asked them to use hand sanitizer and check their temperature before getting in. This small restaurant has 3 tables, 1 counter, and a Japanese-style room. To keep the air clean from COVID-19, 2 air purification machines and a 2 humidifiers as well as an air conditioner are used. Also, the owner allocates a seat so that the customer can sit it in every other seat. Partitions are used to prevent the spread of droplets when a customer cannot sit in every other seat. This is a picture of a seat at the counter. In the restaurant, the owner and the server talk with diners over the counter. So, Partitions are placed at the counter. The partitions are so transparent that a customer can enjoy their meal without recognizing the existence of them. Please look at the wooden boxes over the counter in these pictures. Before COVID-19, ovandai dishes were lined up in a row without covering. Ovandai is a traditional home-style cooking of Kyoto and it has multiple small dishes. This is because diners can see directly and choose ovandai they want to eat. Cooks or servers take ovandai from a big dish onto a plate and bring it to the diners. This is one example of how ovandai is displayed. After COVID-19, ovandai is no longer placed where diners can see it. So, ovandai and some foodstuffs are now covered fully. During the COVID-19, they now use antiseptic solution to clean the table when they close. In conclusion, throughout this course, I learned some similarities and differences in the terms of food culture between Japan and Taiwan. This course also gave me the opportunity to discover some unique features of Japanese food culture too. Here is the references. Thank you for listening.